Hey guys, Aaron Chen here. Hope you're doing well. Still in Africa. If you're watching this video right now, you might be one of my YouTube subscribers. Hello. Or you just found my video somewhere on internet land, maybe on YouTube. I'm going to try and get through this video. It's extremely windy, so the sound might be a little bit funny, okay? But I really wanted to just get this content out to you guys while I was actually away from home. But I wanted to, if you're watching this video right now, then you might be doing a bit of research online about how to be successful using the internet. Okay, maybe you want to get into affiliate marketing, maybe you want to become an internet marketer, you've been trying it, maybe you've even invested in lots of programs, but you haven't really had success, okay? I'm going to give you the one strategy today that will actually allow you to be successful if you invest in the right program, okay? And I'm talking about this from, real experience, because I've got hundreds of students that are going through the programs that I recommend, and sometimes they do struggle, okay? And then the one thing, the one common thing that I see happening with a lot of my students is that they will go through a program, right, and they don't follow it to the T, and then they don't get results, and then they complain, and then they end up quitting. Okay, now if that's you, then you need to stop doing that, because this is the reason why you're not successful. All right, so first understand that you need to invest in programs. Okay, you can't just go out there and consume free information all the time, because you're never gonna get the step-by-step training that you really need in order to succeed. Okay, so if you're watching videos on YouTube and you're hanging out on Facebook for like 3 hours every single day, yes, you might find some decent content. I mean, I try my best to come out with top level content, but you still need to invest in a program that is going to show you over the shoulder, step by step, how to set up your online business, right? Because it's not just about the tools, it's not just about the strategy, it's everything combined together, okay? And the only way that you can find that is if you invest in programs. Now, here's the thing. Once you invest in a good program, you need to work the program, all right? So, for example, one of the programs that I recommend highly is a 30-day program, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to make money in 30 days. It's just a 30-day program, right? But it will take you step by step and help you to get set up and learn how to build an online business. Now, some people might take a little bit longer. This is online business. It's a new skill that you have to learn. You're not going to have success straight away, right? So even though you might invest in, for example, let's just say it's a 30-day program, it might take you a little bit longer. It might take you 60 days. It might take you 90 days. Heck, it takes some people 6 months, to actually complete a 30-day program, because it is, slightly complicated. It's more complex than doing, anything that you've ever done before, right? But is it worth it? Absolutely, okay? And so my message to you is that if you are investing in programs and you've tried them, you've been through them, but you're not getting results, then you need to ask yourself this very, very important question. Are you doing everything that the program is telling you to do? Okay, because if you're just watching the videos, let's just say you get through 15 days of videos or 20 days of videos and you haven't started generating leads, or maybe you've started generating leads but you haven't started generating sales. That doesn't necessarily mean that the program doesn't work. It just means that you might not be doing everything that the program is telling you to do. Does that make sense, right? And I found that some of my students, they go through this. They actually go through a program and they don't generate sales straight away, and then they think that the program doesn't work, right? It's kind of like, going through a weight loss program, right? That might be 60 days long, okay? Now, you might lose some weight in the first couple of weeks, but most of the time it takes a little bit longer than that. So imagine if the program is a 60-day program, and after 3 weeks you haven't lost any weight, and then you quit. Right? Well, what's going to happen? Well, you're not going to lose any weight, are you? Right? Because you have to let the program do its job, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time, okay? So don't be so impatient to get results, because what tends to happen a lot of the time is people will go through a program, they won't work it properly, they're not actually taking action on the stuff that's being, that they're told to do. So let's just say they're told to write 10 emails. Instead of writing 10 emails, they write 2 emails, okay? And then it tells them to go and learn how to generate traffic from this source. So instead of learning to generate 20 or 30 or 40 leads every single day, they might buy one solo ad, they might get 50 leads or 100 leads, they don't make any sales, and then they think that it doesn't work, right? Well, understand that it takes time. You have to test, you have to tweak, and by the way, you might not get a sale from your first 50 leads. It might take you 300 plus leads or more, right? Before you actually start to see sales, because you have to do all the other things in the background that helps you to convert, right? It's not just about buying a solo ad and then making a sale straight away. That's not how internet marketing works, okay? So if you've ever done that in the past, right? And you're wondering, how come I'm not making any sales? Well, that's why. It's because you need to test different traffic sources. You need to work your list. You need to build authority. You need to you have to cultivate your list. You have to get them to know, like, and trust you, right? And so my message is that ask yourself the question, are you actually doing everything that course is telling you to do? Okay, number one. And number two, are you giving that program that you invested in enough time for it to actually work? Okay, because sometimes, even though it might be a 30-day program, it might take you 90 days to actually start getting real results, right? So if you don't get results in the first week, it doesn't mean that the program doesn't work. I hope that makes sense, okay? And so don't be in a rush to have results, because this takes time, right? Online business is a skill-based business. You have to learn skills, right? You have to learn how to write emails. You have to learn how to communicate with your list. You have to learn how to do webinars. You have to learn how to do video. You have to learn how to set up your sales funnel. You have to learn how to do something called split testing. I mean, there's so many things, and it's not that difficult if you give yourself that chance to be successful, okay? So if you're going through a program right now and it's not working because you've only been doing it for 2 weeks and you're not generating leads, or you're really frustrated because something's not working and you're thinking of quitting, I would recommend that you stop, okay? Take a moment to analyze what you're doing and think about those two questions that I just mentioned. Are you actually doing everything that the course is telling you to do? Have you taken action on it? Okay, have you actually done the task that it told you to do? Okay, not just watch the training, because if you watch the training and you don't do the task, well, it's a complete waste of time, right? And number two, are you giving the program enough time for you to be successful? Okay, because sometimes it takes time. I mean, it took me 8 years to figure this thing out, guys, right? It's not going to be instant. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to take you 8 years, because if you have the right information and you invest in the right programs, it should take you fairly quick. I mean, you should be able to do it in anywhere from 3 months to 12 months. Okay, that's realistic, right? Anything less than that, you're just kidding yourselves, right? This does take time. But I mean, honestly, even if it did take 6 months, or even if it took 12 months, heck, even if it took 24 months of your life, but you could completely change your life, as in you could learn how to build a 5, 6, 7 figure per month, okay, per month business on the internet, how would that change your life? Ask yourself that question. It's just like, you know, the 250-pound guy or girl that wants to lose weight. Yes, it's going to take some time, right? It might take you 6 months to 12 months to shed 100 pounds. But if you get into the right program and you do lose 100 pounds and you go from 250 pounds to 150 pounds, how would that change your life? It would be night and day. It would extend your life by like 20 years, 20, 30 years. You'd be able to move around more freely. You know, and I like to use that weight loss example because it's the easiest way for you to visualize what I'm actually talking about. Okay, I hope that makes sense, right? So if you're going through a program right now, or you're going through some piece of information, you know, and and you've invested maybe, you know, whatever amount of money on that course, $50, $100, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, are you actually going through the program properly? Are you taking action? Okay, because I can bet your bottom dollar that you probably didn't do everything that program told you to do. Okay, don't kid yourself, guys. I know how this works, right? Most people, they won't actually go through the program. They might not even finish all the videos, right? They might buy something and then they might leave it on their hard drive, or they might start watching, you know, 20% or 30%. They might not even finish every single video. They might only watch each video halfway. So if you're not doing everything to completion, right, you're not giving yourself the opportunity to be successful. Okay, there are some really good programs out there, but you need to work them. Okay, you need to work the programs, all right, and make sure you're taking action and you're doing everything that they're telling you to do. Now I sound like a broken record, right? But honestly, that is one of the biggest ways to have success, right? Because some of the students that are going through the same program that I broke through, I used this program to break through, to finally figure out how to really earn money on the internet. And when somebody doesn't make a sale straight away, they question the program. The program works. right? It's whether you are actually giving yourself the chance for it to work for you, if that makes sense, okay? So that's all I wanted to say, yeah? So I hope that makes sense. You know, give me some comments in the bottom, right? Let me know, does that make sense, right? Have you been doing that? You know, whether you've been marketing online for 1 week or the last 10 years like I have, right? Have you invested in programs where you haven't really given it a chance, right? And whether you haven't really taken action on the stuff that it told you to do, right? Be honest with yourself, because this is one of those things that you have to be honest with yourself. Otherwise, you'll never really truly find success in this online internet marketing business. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If this has helped you at all, right? If this has put perspective on how this actually works, give me some thumbs ups, man. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to learn how to do this, right? If you're watching my videos, even if this is the first time you're watching my video and you're like, Aaron, this makes so much sense, but how do I move forward, right? Well, all you need to do is click on the link right below this video. There will be a little link right there that will lead you to my website and to your best email address, and I'll send you a 4-day training program that will teach you how to do this stuff step by step, okay? Completely free, but if you want to go deeper and you really want to learn how to do this right, okay? Because sometimes you're going to need to, like I mentioned at the start of the video, you're going to have to invest in a proper program to really do this. If you're ready for that, then there's a way for you to do that. Otherwise, you can just drop me an email once you're actually on my list, and then we can chat then, okay? This is Aaron Chen signing out from South Africa. Speak to you guys very soon. Take care.